In this tutorial we're going to be learning how to crochet the Catherine wheel stitch. You might have heard this called the daisy stitch or the Harlequin stitch. Whatever its name, it's really beautiful and easy to do, so let's get started. Start by making a slip knot using your preferred method and then make your starting chain a multiple of 10 plus 7. So any multiple of 10 and then add an extra 7 stitches. I'm going to be doing a sample of 27 for this tutorial. So to start row 1, skip that first chain and work a single crochet, so that's a US single crochet, into the second chain from the hook. Then work a single crochet into the next chain. So that first chain that we skipped doesn't count as a stitch here, so we've just worked those 2 single crochets. Next, skip 3, so skip, 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 and then work 7 US double crochets into the next chain, so that 4th chain there. So skip, skip, skip into that chain there. We're going to work 7 double crochets there, all into that same chain, and it's going to feel like they're not all going to fit, but they will. So make those 7 double crochets and then come back to this tutorial. So there's my 7 double crochets all worked into the same stitch after 3 skipped chains. We're then going to skip the next 3 chains, so skip, 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 and then work a single crochet into the next 3 chains. So 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to repeat this across the row. So we're going to skip 3, 1, 2, 3, then 7 double crochets into the next chain, then skip 3, 3 single crochets. So repeat this across until you're almost at the end of the chain, and then our last group of 7 double crochets is a little bit different, so come back to this tutorial at the end of the row. So I've just worked 3 single crochets and I've got 4 chains left to work. So previously we were doing groups of 7 double crochets into, they're called shells, these groups of lots of double crochets into one stitch. So this shell here of 7 double crochets. For the final shell we're only going to do 4 double crochets and all into this final chain here. So instead of 7 we're doing 4, and then we'll be finished with row 1. So now we've finished row 1, and I would recommend changing colours here so that we can get these nice wheel shapes in different colours. So we're going to be changing colours here and then every second row after that. So I'm going to fasten off like I normally would. So I chain 1, snip my yarn tail, use my hook to pull that tail through that chain 1 and give it a pull to fasten off. Then grab your second colour, pull up the end of your yarn, and then we're going to turn our work over. So we're working from the back, and into that last stitch we made of row 1, put your hook and join the next colour by laying the yarn across your hook and pulling up a loop. If you prefer to do a different method for changing colours here, it will work as well. So start row 2 with a chain of 1, that does not count as a stitch. Then work a single crochet back into the same stitch. Then a single crochet into the next stitch. Then work 2 chains, 1, 2. And then we're going to do a stitch that is technically a decrease stitch, so it's a double crochet 7 together. And basically what we're going to do is we're going to work a partial double crochet into the next 7 stitches, and then yarn over and pull through the loop at the top of the stitch to draw them all in together. So I'll show you what bit of this we're doing. So we're doing this section here, these stitches here. So I will show you how to do that step by step. So yarn over, put your hook into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 and stop. So I've stopped right before the final yarn over and pull through of that double crochet stitch, and I've left 2 loops on the hook. This bit here I call a partial stitch, so a partial double crochet. We're going to work one of those into the next 6 stitches until we've made 7 total. So yarn over, put your hook into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, and again, yarn over, put your hook into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, put your hook into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. So how many have we made so far? 1, 2, 3, 4, so 3 more. Yarn over, put your hook into the stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, put your hook into the stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. And our final one, yarn over, put your hook into the stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. So we should now have 7 partial double crochets and 8 loops taking up all of my crochet hook. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 partial double crochets. I find that I need to count them, otherwise I end up doing too many or too few, and then the stitch looks all messed up. So to finish off this double crochet 7 together stitch, we yarn over and pull through all of the loops on our hooks, so all 8 of them like that. You see that's brought them all together. This is going to become the centre of our Catherine's wheel. So next, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, then work a single crochet into the next 3 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, then chain 2, 1, 2, and we're going to do another one of those double crochet 7 together stitches. So I will leave the camera rolling for this. So there's my first partial double crochet, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and 7th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 loops on my hook, yarn over and pull through all 8 loops. Then a chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and repeat across. So we'd do 3 single crochets, chain 2, double crochet 7 together, chain 3. So we do a chain 2 before the double crochet 7 together, and then a chain 3 afterwards, and then continue all the way along until you're at the point that I'm at, right near the end of the row, and I'll show you what we do differently at the end of the row. So I'm just going to work those next 3 single crochets, then chain 2, and then we don't have 7 stitches here to work that DC to 7 together stitch. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a double crochet 4 together stitch. So it's exactly the same but with 4 partial double crochets. So there's my first partial double crochet, my second partial double crochet, the third, and then the fourth. You've now got 5 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through all 5 loops. We're now ready to start row 3. So start with a chain of 3, 1, 2, 3. This counts as your first double crochet, then turn your work over. So we're now going to work 3 double crochets into the 3rd chain from the hooks, that first chain we made down here, but we're going to do it in, grab that loop there, in that space there that's just opened up. So I'm going in there and I'm going to work 3 double crochets. 1, 2, 3. Then we're going to skip 3. So I'm skipping this stitch and these 2 chains. I'm going to work a single crochet into each of the next 3 stitches, so the 3 single crochets from the last row. So 1, 2, 3. Then we're going to skip the next 2 chains, 1, 2, and then into the next chain, into that space there, we're going to work 7 double crochets. We're going to do one of those 7 double crochet shells again. So I'm working into that space there to do 7 double crochets. So there's my 7 double crochet shell all worked into that space, and as you can see here, by working into that space of that chain, that's how we make that kind of, or sometimes some people call this daisy stitch, that kind of makes that flower shape, that wheel shape. So now skip the next 3 stitches, which is 1, 2, 3, and then into the next 3 single crochets, work a single crochet in each of them. So 3 single crochets, and you're going to repeat this across, working those 3 single crochets, skipping along until you find that chain space in the next Catherine wheel, so that space there, and working 7 double crochets into it, and repeat that along, and then you should end up with just 2 single crochets as your last 2 stitches of row 3, and I'll meet you there and we'll work rows 4 and 5 together, because this is a 4-row repeat, so we're going to be repeating rows 2, 3, 4 and 5 for the rest of the crochet. So yeah, come back to this tutorial and I'll show you row 4. So this is what your work should look like at the end of row 3, and I have fastened off just like we did at the end of row 1. So if you're not sure about fastening off and changing colours, rewind the tutorial to the end of row 1. So I'm going to join my 3rd colour to the 1st stitch of this row, just like that, just like we did previously. So to start row 4, chain 2. So this chain 2 counts as our first partial double crochet of a double crochet 4 together. Remember, we did that stitch at the end of row 2 all the way over here. So we're going to pretend that this chain 2 is the first partial double crochet of that double crochet 4 together. So yarn over and make a partial double crochet into the next stitch, and again a partial double crochet, so that's 3 and then 4. So that's 4 partial double crochets, yarn over, pull through all 4 loops, and that's our double crochet 4 together done with that partial double crochet as the first stitch. Next, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and then the rest of the row is really similar to row 2. So if you remember that stitch repeat, we did 3 single crochets, that's 1, 2, 3, then chain 2, and then a double crochet 7 together. So that's that stitch where we do 7 partial double crochets in the next 7 stitches. Oh, so that's 5, 6, 7, and then you've got 8 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through all 8 loops, and that's that double crochet 7 together, then chain 3 and repeat across. So 3 single crochets, chain 2, double crochet 7 together, chain 3. So continue doing that until you're almost at the end of the row, and you should have just done a double crochet 7 together, that final one over here, and I'll meet you here and I'll show you what we do to move up into the next row. So I've just done that final double crochet 7 together, then I'm going to do my chain 3 as normal, but we don't have enough space over here to do 3 single crochets, so we're just going to do 2. So I'm going to do my first single crochet, and then the second will be into a chain. So this is actually our starting chain from the row below. So we're going to do our second single crochet there. For row 5, chain 1 and turn your work over. Work a single crochet into the next 2 stitches, so 1, 2. Then we're going to work a very similar row to rows 1 and row 3. So we're going to be doing some 7 double crochet shells. So I'm going to skip the next 2 chains and I'm going to find that space like we did before on row 3. Find that space there, just there, and I'm going to work 7 double crochets into it. So there's my 7 double crochet shell all into that space there. Then I'm going to skip 3, skip, 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 and work a single crochet into each of the next 3 stitches. So continue that all the way along until you are left with this double crochet 4 together from the last row, and I'll meet you there and I'll show you how we handle this bit. So I've made my way along until the last bit I have to deal with is some chains and my double crochet 4 together. So I'm going to skip these first 2 chains and I'm going to work 4 double crochets into that chain there, into that similar space that we've been working into, so into this space here. So I'm going to work 4 double crochets, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then fasten off just as we've done previously. Join your next colour and we're going to go back and do row 2 again, and you're going to repeat rows 2, 3, 4 and 5 over and over again until your project is the size you want it to be. I'll pop up a tutorial here if you want to learn some more crochet stitches, and I'll see you again in next week's tutorial.